Corey?
The time has come to unleash the giant within. Introducing the Bullying Buddy, a resolution to bullying and raising awareness. The Bullying Buddy is equipped with the EBB button, or Emergency Bullying Buddy. It is voice activated, records up to 10 minutes of video, and once the EBB button is pressed, your parents and the principal will be alerted immediately. There are 4 important roles: the principal, the student, the parent, and the bus driver. Imagine how many lives the 4 of you can save together. The student. This is the giant in your pocket. Never be afraid again. No more trips to the principal's office. You can communicate with the principal directly through the app. And if you need police assistance immediately, just press the 911 button at the bottom. Parents, you now have instant access to your child. Once the EBB button is pressed, both you and the principal will be alerted. You can track your child's location in real time and watch videos without leaving your office. The principal, you are the first line of defense. Now you have the opportunity to stop it right inside the school. The bus driver, our hero behind the wheel. As soon as the EBB button is pressed, you too will get notified and can report the incidents right from the bus. And the watcher, you have a very important role as well. If you witness someone being bullied, simply record the incident and the principal will be notified immediately. Now you can feel safe anywhere. And all incidents are reported to the CDC to raise awareness. This amazing app has so much more. It also comes in both English and Spanish. You have 24/7 chat capabilities with the parent, the admin, the principal, and the driver. There's even a breakdown of types of bullying. You can find it at the top left-hand corner in your menu. And let's not forget social media. Yep, we can fight against cyberbullying. Stay connected, stay protected. You also have access to therapeutic help, education and workshops. And all of this information is confidential. We also even have a bereavement tab. The Bullying Buddy. We bring to you a giant in your pocket. Now is your chance to become the hero you've always wanted to be. With just a click of a button, you can access the world and save another life today. With the Bullying Buddy. It's about unleashing the giant within.
So wow, everybody, we are here today for another great episode of Let's Get Activated podcast. You got me, your girl, Samantha Lavelle, and you have the amazing, CEO of TBB Enterprises, author, activist, philanthropist, inventor of the Bullying Buddy app, founder of Tiny Be Mighty. I mean, this queen is just doing so many great things. So it's my pleasure to have LYNN Townes in the building.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
You're welcome. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. How are you?
Oh, I'm feeling great. This is an amazing app, you invented. I think it's really going to
Thank
just help
you.
a lot of people save lives. I kind of read everything about, your story and inspiring on how your son was the one to inspire you to create,
Yes.
this app. But just tell us a little more about it, like how that all came about to be.
Okay. Thank you for having me. And thank you for whoever's watching out there. It's all about the attendance. I'm just so excited to be here. But yes, my son Corey, Encore, his name is Encore. He was born with dwarfism, and he was bullied as a result of having dwarfism. He was bullied tremendously. And believe it or not, in the first grade and second grade. So we want to think that the younger kiddos won't do things like this, but
Right.
it's not really in middle school. It really begins in the early stages. So when he came home with, missing skin on his hands, I mean, there were little signs leading up to his bullying, like his lunch money. Oh, I bought my friend lunch. I'm like, every day? You're
Right.
not buying your friend lunch every day. Why are you so hungry? I'm hungry because I didn't want to eat today. So they were taking his money. Long story short, they were holding things, which is very, very frustrating for anyone that's smaller, for someone to hold things above your head constantly to where you can't reach them. I mean, how
Yes.
frustrating, right? And then just stepping on the back of his shoes so he can fall, and just terrible, things that kiddos do, unfortunately, but tremendous amount of bullying. The worst where this all began was
Hmm.
when he came home with missing from his hands, and I had to just go to the school and say, okay, this is enough. Like the lunch, the money, all of that stuff, we get that, but now we have skin missing, so now we have a problem. And they invited me to speak in the school to
Okay.
speak in the school along with
Hmm.
Corey, and it was amazing. He actually spoke. He surprised me. He moved me. He enlightened me. He just took me to another plane with my purpose, right? I thought I was going to be working with teen moms, and he just catapulted me into a whole new, area of what I was supposed to be doing down here. So, he had just a terrible experience at a birthday party that really
Hmm.
did it for me, and that was a little kid yelling out things at the party, calling him a freak. I'm very
Hmm.
open when
Right.
I'm interviewed. I do not pull punches.
Right.
um but calling him a freak, calling him ugly. What is that? And the mom stood there doing absolutely nothing. As it was my friend's party, so obviously her mom kicked the little boy and his mom out, but she never did anything. And my son literally stood there, frozen in time, literally.
Hmm.
He was so quiet on the ride home, which he is not a quiet child. Excuse me. He talks a lot. He's funny, and he just was shut down literally for 3 days. So that's when I began to say, okay, this needs to stop. What else can I do about it? A book came to mind. And so I'm a published author of a children's
Yeah.
motivational book called Tiny But Mighty. And it's all about him. And it's a wonderful story and fantasy, but it encompasses bullying and how children can learn to use their thinking skills versus physical things or
Right.
bullying or copying other children. So that is the beginning of the budding of, what pushed me into everything that I'm doing.
Wow. It's just, absolutely incredible because, like you said, you took steps like most parents, they'll go to the teacher, the principal, but you took it a step further. I mean, you made this incredible app that's going to
Thank
help
you.
a lot of people. It's
Yeah.
it's really touching. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
So
you.
that's what got you to say, okay, we about to go technical, we about to get an app, we about to make this worldwide phenomenon.
Well, actually, seriously, I'm not technical. So this is the funny
Hmm.
part that I love to tell, because the
Yes.
information is so heavy. We got to have a little bit of lightness here. But I really only use like my email to email people,
Right.
my phone to text and make a call. I'm not technical. However, God does what he does and how he does it. So what led me into that was, along the way of this journey, moms began to reach out, or family members of children who have lost their lives. So we
Mhm.
represent families who have lost children between the ages, I'm going to say this, of seven to 17. and these children have taken their lives because they were bullied. So they felt and thought that there was no other way, and they're
Mm-hmm.
coming from loving homes, supportive homes, interactive homes. But in this age group, 9, 7, 8, 9, you're finding your identity. You're kind of just seeing where you fit into the scope of things, even within yourself. So when you have other people to tell you that you're no good, you're ugly, you're big, you're small, your teeth are terrible, or you have
Mm-hmm.
a disability, which we don't use that word, but
Nope.
you have a disability, you begin to identify with the tag that's being put on you versus with who you really are inside. And so if we don't catch that, then it catapults once again into that. So seeing moms, and I don't mean just seeing them, I mean sitting down with them in their homes.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the homes of these children that have committed suicide. So that work that we do is behind the scenes, and obviously we don't exploit their business, but they want
Right.
me to tell this part. And along the way, there was a mom one day. I had a story sent over to me of a little girl in Colorado, in Agora, and she took her life. And her mom, she was on life support, so the mom had to make the decision, had really no money to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep her on that. And
Mm-hmm.
the bottom line is that this mom was screaming. I was in the bathroom getting dressed, and the mom was screaming on the news saying, we have apps for this and apps for that and apps for this, but where's the app for the, like, just live. And I mean, when I say went through my soul, I kid you not. Like, the book is one thing, and speaking is another, and starting a nonprofit and everything else. But to hear a mother say that, and I'm a mother, and I
Yes.
don't even know how these mothers, oh my Lord, these mothers, the strength that they have to go on. I'm gonna be
Yes.
honest, I would be right with my child. But God uses who he uses once again, and this is the calling and the purpose. But that really spoke to me. So not having a technical inclination about
Mm-hmm.
anything, I just literally started to write down some ideas. What would be cool to be on an app if I was a mom, or if I was a child, or if I were the school, or if I was trying to combat bullying and cyberbullying and physical bullying? There's 7 types, which is in our app. And then I began to just literally write a skeleton of ideas, and then I just shared it with my assistant and our CTO, which I don't know what we would do without her. She's a technical one in the family, but and on the team. But anyway, I just shared it with her. And she said, I've never in my life heard of anything like, oh my goodness, girl.
Yes.
So so then we began the quest to find, a developer to actually put the intellectual properties in motion. And it was a process, should I say, but it was
Mm-hmm.
an amazing process. And I'm proud to say that we're on both Google and Apple, Android, Apple. We're on tablets. The watch is coming soon. I mean, we're just on because I thought, as a mom, and I'm a therapist as well, a developmental therapist.
Yeah.
And I thought, we have to tackle this on every angle. We can't skip a beat because our children are worth it. So that is where the idea and what pushed me into that.
That's wonderful. And you kind of hit the nail on the head, because with us being so technical, what kid doesn't have that kind of technology, the phone and the tablet? So it
Right.
was a very intelligent thing for you to be like, okay, you're getting
Mhm.
bullied. You can utilize this to get that help.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
it's, yeah,
Yes.
it's amazing. And how long when did it initially launch?
The app took about 6 months, and then we had to go through the beta period, obviously, to test
Right.
it. So that was like another few months. We tested kind of along the way, though. So we had double testing. It was under a year, and went right into the stores. That's why I know this is a blessing, because it's not so easy just to get it into the stores, or even it to be done and functioning properly.
Right,
So
right,
definitely.
right. And
I
then even
also
like the
back
schools.
I'm
Hmm.
sorry?
And even like the schools themselves, I'm sure.
Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Hmm.
But I also back the app up with, because I used to own, daycares and a preschool, and I feel that education is everything. I'll explain a little bit more in depth about the app, but education and redirecting the behavior is really, really where we're going to see the breakthrough, because we can stop it in its track. This app stops it in its tracks, believe me, and it's going to crush the behavior. But how do we keep the longevity of it? And that's redirecting the mental of the children. And so that's, I have a curriculum, Be Brave, and proud of that as well. It's an empathy based SEL, social and emotional learning based curriculum. It's not really about bullying, but it prepares children to handle bullying. That's what we really need to do. We
Yes.
know bullying exists, right? That's why all of the things,
Right.
I'm not shooting anything down that's out there, but I'm just saying if things were out there, we wouldn't have 18 kids who committed suicide in Nevada in one school district, 65 children in Houston, three just recently, in contact with one of the moms who lost her baby in December. It's just one yesterday, excuse me, day before yesterday. I mean, it is
Oh,
just, it's insane. So this app needs to be out there because it's going to save lives, literally. And the curriculum, the same thing. When teachers say, well, what do I do? Well, I don't know that it's happening, or I don't know this, and I don't, you have to get to know. If you don't, I'm not shooting anyone
mhm.
down, because I walk in love and I really do teach that and I believe it, and it's my personal and business practice. But it's time to not say I don't know, because if you don't know something, I tell my children, my kids, my kids, I
Mhm.
say, don't tell me I don't know. Go
Right.
find out.
Yes.
Where's your backpack? I don't know. Go find it. Okay.
Yes.
If you don't know where your backpack is, track your last steps of where you put your, like, let's start getting into this, you guys, because I just can't sit here and see any more children die. Just can't do it.
Yes, it's horrible. As a mother myself, like I said, I would probably be with mine too.
Yeah.
I feel that 100%. Like bullying,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, we grew up, oh, boys would be boys, blah, 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 blah. But
Right.
no, it's a serious
Mm-mm.
thing.
It
We need
is.
to, so you doing things like this, coming out, talking about it more, that's really going to help
Yes.
a lot of people.
Amen. And thank you again for just listening. That is, the whole thing is to have something is wonderful, because this definitely is the resolution. It's been tested. There's a lot of research. I didn't just throw a curriculum together. This curriculum has been literally since about maybe 15 years of collecting data and different things, and being around infants all the way to, the age of 17 in high school with children all the time. So this is like real time and real information when it comes to the curriculum as well. We have to, once again, educate, educate, educate. I know people want to focus on empower, yes, but education is empowerment, right? I mean, but if you don't really know, I have some kiddos that said, Miss Tara, I didn't even know
Mhm.
that. I don't even know what relational bullying is. What is that? I just had
Mhm.
someone take all my friends away from me. That's relational bullying. That's taking relationships away from, and or it could be also called social bullying, where your friends say, hey, don't hang out with her, she did something in the bathroom with someone else, rumors, different things. Like this
Right.
stuff is what's taken our kids lives. Unfortunately, they feel that it's the end of the world, because they don't know that they're going to forget about the bully, and the bully's going to forget about them once they go
Yes.
into high school. Or they don't think that way. They don't think that, hey, my mom is never going to see me get married, or never going to see her grandchild, because I think right now I just need to disappear and everything's going to go away. And they're now starting to copy. I want to say this really, really loudly, is that
Mhm.
adolescents copy. They copy each other, right? They copy fashion, they copy music, they copy tattoos, hairdos. Well, now they're copying committing suicide. Are you kidding me? Seriously.
Yes.
So this is the resolution. It really, really will stop it. So thank you once again, just to get this message out on we're just doing every platform under the moon. We've been on the news, we've been in everywhere and everything, and we need to continue doing it because people need to know about it.
You have. I've seen, and I think it's also important for parents to be educated because, like you said, I'm all about love too. I'm not trying to knock some parents, but like when
Right.
you said that this woman at this party didn't even reprimand her child for this, it's
No.
like, what are you, teaching your children at home? It's
Yes.
not. It's simply just not nice. Just to put it simply
Right.
put, to treat somebody like that.
Absolutely. And you just hit something on the head that's tremendous. And I want to say this too, because we do offer parent training, we have consulting, we have so many different things. It's like I can't even squeeze it all into, even when people say give your title and tell what you do. I'm like, I feel kind of funny because it's like a laundry list, but
Yes.
we have parent, redirection as well, parenting training, we offer seminars, we offer webinars, because it really does start at home. I'm going to say this, what you just said, and it's important because this is what my son said when he shut down for the 3 days. Of course, the clinician is coming out of me, and I'm trying to hold it together as a mom, because if someone calls your child a creep in front of 20 kids and they're mortified, you're going to get upset and angry. Okay. I don't care how nice you are and how much of a Christian you are. You're a
Right.
mom first and you want to protect. But when I said to him, what bothered you the most about what happened at the party, because he didn't talk about it at all for like the first
Mm-hmm.
hour or two, excuse me, day or two. And so he said it was the mom. And I said, the mom, and I'm just trying to figure out where his mental is. And he's like, she didn't even stop her, mom. She could have said, stop it. She could have pulled him away. Like he had the whole little parenting antidote that was not, done. And he's a 7-year old. He
Yes.
shouldn't even have to have that experience, number one. But
No.
what she did was just grab her bags. I kid you not, that she walked away, and her child was like 10 steps behind her because she was so embarrassed. And instead of turning around or stopping him or reprimanding him, like you said, she
Right.
she actually turned her back and just walked out with the bag and everything. And the little boy's trying to catch up to her. But as he's leaving, he even said, the last thing that he said to my son was, what are you? You're not even human. You're a creep. And that's when my son really just kind of moved behind my leg and just was like, get me out of here. Like, literally get me out of here. So, it's sad, and we don't want to pull on heartstrings, but we do want people to know that it hurts. Okay. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
bullying hurts anyone, even the bully is hurt. So we even
Yes.
have something in the app for him, because he is a child. And I like to remind people, when people say, oh, I hate the bullies, I'm like, please don't hate a 9-year old or a 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Please, let's fix him, because
Right.
he's not going to go away if you don't fix him at 9. Statistics say that he's going to carry this behavior in more than 80% in his character traits as an adult. So in one way, shape, or form, he's going to still bully through his life if he isn't fixed. Statistics also say that he is more likely to become a criminal and be incarcerated. So you see, we can even stop that through
Mm-hmm.
stopping this. So this is it's just so serious. I'm serious. I
Mm-hmm.
just, I feel like I get so passionate about it because I'm my daily reminder is next to me. So I don't get to forget about it. What happens with these babies that get in the news is that everyone's like, oh my God, did you hear about that 9-year-old? And then I'm just like, well, what are you doing about it? Like, we
Right.
can do something about it as a nation. We can do something about it as a parent. You can go to your school and say, hey, I want this in my school. Or what is your bullying policy? Or what are you doing? What is your protocol? And we have child after child. I'm just mentioning 4 here
Mm-hmm.
that are personally connected to us. Okay. And there's nothing like sitting with a mom who has to recap the story to you. And just, it just goes, it's just very sad. I want to say that. But it
Mm-hmm.
is the fuel. See, I'm not gonna stop, right? I didn't
Right.
stop what happened to my baby. So I'm
Nope.
it's the fuel that feeds me. At first it used to break me down. I used to go home and cry myself and say, Lord, I mean, this is my job. Oh my God, I
Mm-hmm.
can't do this. Lie. He knew who he had, who he appointed. And I have a wonderful team. I don't do this by myself at all. It's a huge mission, and we have
Mm-hmm.
a team of people. But the passion and hearing those experiences and seeing those tears, that keeps me going every day. Those babies are in my phone. And when I feel, tired or weary or on the mission, I look at my phone and I say, girl, you better keep on going. You better keep
Yep.
on going. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's all going to be worth it because you're saving so many people behind it. You're inspiring so many people. You got people in the comments going nuts
I
now.
know.
Know,
Thank you, guys.
it's just more people learning about it. So how can
Yeah.
like parents push these in schools. Because I like give an example, like right now my child, she's homeschooled or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic, but at her
Right.
school they don't mention anything about it. Is there a way, or a way that you can suggest that parents say, hey, can you guys promote this app or something? Because I think every school needs to have this app. It's
Thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate that. And yes, there are over 200,000 schools in the United States. Okay. Thank
Hmm.
you. And there are so many, there are 14,000 districts. So millions of students, right? And so our goal is definitely to get it in every single school in the United States. So what parents can do, hey, you guys, you when you speak up,
Yes.
you make waves, believe it or not. Even if you're not the admin and you're not the super, you make enough waves and stink. Trust me, they're gonna
Hmm.
listen to it. Okay. So what you can do is we allied ourselves with the PTA out here in California. That's one avenue, right? Or your mom's groups, or just anything like that, or just a mom in general, a dad. Go to the school and just say, what is first ask, what is the bullying policy here? What are your protocols? Because in most states, which parents don't know, or a lot of people don't know, is that there are bullying laws put in place. They're just not being implemented, right? Because we
Right.
haven't lost enough kids. Are you kidding me? To implement a mandatory. So it is my goal, to run for senator because I want
Hey.
to get in the House and I want to make it a mandatory law in every state, all in the world, that we have the proper policies and procedures, protocol. We can stop the bullying in its tracks. We can
Yes.
record the data, and we can heal these babies, not just the people being bullied. We need to heal the bully. He's the issue. We focus so much on, I don't use the word victim because I call my babies, they're not survivors, they're thrivers, because they're not,
Amen.
we must speak life into them to motivate them to not be a target for it, right? And so this is why I don't say victims. Even in my book, I have a new book coming out called Are You Raising a Bully? So that it breaks down the watcher, the child who stands around. They don't get bullied, but they stand around, they take the videos and they do things, but they don't tell anyone. The receiver is what I call it, and then the bully. It's going to break down the psychological component to each of these children, because it's all psychology if you really get down to the bottom of it. And it definitely, once again, a paramount point, parents, parents. I'm not blaming parents. I'm not even mad at them. I'm saying let's stand up and let's get this going, because you
Hmm.
hold the key. You are raising the child. So even if you don't know what's going on, get to know your child, talk to them more, ask them questions indirectly, learn your kids and learn how to be cool, and talk to them on their level and how they are, how do they represent themselves in the world. If my son likes a certain type of music, hey, what is that, whatever, then I'll ask. Then you slip in, how was your day? Not, did anyone harm you today? Did anyone? But they're gonna
Yeah.
run. They're going
Right.
to run. You must be clever with this. A lot of these babies die because they came home and their parents have told me from their mouths, I just thought they were going through something. I just thought they were being quiet for 3 weeks. I just thought they just didn't like food anymore. These are clinical signs that something is going on, guys. You got to jump in there. Got to jump
Yes.
in there.
Amen. I think any you see a sign of anything, and another thing you're also doing with that app and just educating people. Like I love your term, beautifully diverse. It's
Yes,
just
thank you.
showing that everybody, we're diverse. You got to love everybody. So I
Yes.
love that term.
Thank you. We're trying to get that, and that, no, seriously, we're really trying to make that. We're trying to replace disability and special needs, because when I talk, I stand up and I say, okay, who's doesn't have a need in the building, excuse me,
Hmm.
and then we're all special. So we all consider special need, then just all give us our disability checks if you
Facts.
want to be real about it. Okay,
Right.
so we're trying to just replace that word. People just have different abilities, and their diversity is really the beautiful part. Exposing children, when teachers say, how do I introduce a new kid in my preschool? Do you know
Hmm.
that we had the children from birth? So they were enlightened from babies. So when a new student came in, it wouldn't be, Look at the black girl. Look at the big boy that's here. Kids are blatantly honest, right?
Yes.
It would be like, oh, we have a new girl in school. We erased all labels in my school, and in my
Nice.
the curriculum is the same. The labels are really what's killing our kids. And then we have an adult version of this app, by the way. So we are tackling human trafficking and, elder abuse and corporate bullying and domestic violence. Because once again, the bully grows up, you guys. Please don't think that he's just going to be 9 forever and just
Right.
stop his ways. It's not going to happen.
No, not at all. It continues. And I've seen those statistics on what you're speaking about. So it's nothing
Yeah.
but facts here, people. You know, you got to listen to the queen. She's telling y'all. She's telling
Thank
y'all.
you.
And I got to salute, like I've looked into like your son. He's amazing. I've seen that he's participated in events with you and he
Yeah,
just exudes all the confidence in the world. So that's my
thank
hats off
you.
to you. You're doing something right. He's going to be
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. I'm proud of him. He really did take his pain and turn it into power. Not saying that we haven't had, times and ups and downs and different things, because when you are born with a condition that people consider so different and strange because they're afraid of themselves. I say
Mhm.
this is going to be a deep nugget for people who are against or label, or, and I'm speaking from children too. What I noticed in my research is that it's really themselves. You're afraid to
Mhm.
do what? To be different. If you encompass someone that's different and all the rest of the kids aren't, you're afraid to be empowered by that. You're afraid to be next to someone that looks not like you. That's a fear in you. That's the fear
Right.
holder. The person who was born is how God made them, and that's what they're here to do. They're here to be that. And in my opinion, they're here to teach us a lot of things about life, God, and ourselves. In my true opinion, I believe that. But once again, I don't look at anyone as being disabled, special needs, all of
Right.
the terminology. I know that there has to be medical terminology attached to things, but people take that to a different level, and then they make their own personal uh, jokes about it, and how they bully, verbally, and do different things. So I just, I'm just so excited once again, but I just feel that it's the fear that's in the individual who can't accept it. And so what we need to do is educate scary people, because
Yes.
when you're educated, you're not scared anymore. Okay. So when you're
Right.
educated, you're not scared. And now you can say, and you have to do it early in the pre-operational stage of development. We can't wait till these kids are in middle school. Everybody keeps saying middle school, because we're seeing it in middle school, but it's not where it
Yes.
shows up. It shows up in the pre-operational stage of development, 3 to about 5 or 6. That's where we need to hit this. This is the symptom in middle school. The illness
Mhm.
begins that early. So when you see those signs of aggression, this is why this second book is going to be powerful, because the book is Are You Raising a Bully? Just the title alone. Parents don't even know they're raising one at 2. Right. And so when they see their child being aggressive to the sibling, oh, they're just sibling rivalry. Oh, he's just a boy.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, when he's taking the cat by the ears and it's constant and he's shaking it upside down, or he's trying to put it in the toilet, real stories,
Yes.
this, you do that once. Yeah, kids do explore, don't get me wrong. But when it's
Mhm.
all the time, that's an aggressive component to your child's character. You must read that. I've seen videos of stuff and parents are laughing and putting stuff on TikTok. I'm like, what is
Mhm.
funny about that? You, maybe I'm missing something, y'all. But what's funny about that? I don't think
Right.
it's funny, because you're encouraging that behavior. Cannot keep encouraging this behavior. That bully is not as tough as he appears to be.
Right.
Unfortunately, he's being missed, so his behavior just continues. It's the pattern, but he really is a weak child. He's a hurt child. He's a broken child. He's a child who doesn't even know who he is and why he does what he does, because he's a child. So we're the
Right.
adult, and we need to take the reins back. It starts in the home. And I have parents who, great parents, who still have bullies, and they say, Miss Tara, is this because this? No, it's just you may have put your child in a school setting that raised him while you were working 3 jobs. That's why I don't judge parents.
Right.
I've been a single mom. I know how that is. It's very
Mm-hmm.
hard, and you got classes and jobs and kids, and you got to put them in daycare with babysitters, and they pick up habits. You
Right.
see, but it's our duty when we see these things to address them as early as possible.
Definitely. We have to. And when is that book dropping? Like, when can we expect that?
You can expect that, and because it's so deep,
Yes.
it's just
Yes.
taking time. But I would say about in the next 4 months, because
Oh,
we have
good.
another one. My son's about to release a book called "He's Not Different" that I co-wrote with him. Yes, he wrote his own little book,
Nice.
and it's an amazing story. It really is, and he used his imagination, which I really really love with kids. Is to use your imagination with them, use art and music and all of these different things to get that information out of them that you need. But yeah, so his book will be, well, we co-wrote it. So I said, Corey, it's your book, and because you came up with everything, the
Mhm.
idea, and I just kind of helped you along the way. But he's like, Mom, I don't care. Let's just do it. So his will be out in 2 months. So I'm thinking mine will
Oh,
probably be released around 2 months after that.
oh, I can't
Definitely by
wait.
the summer though.
Wow. That's you got two authors then in a family then.
Yes. I wasn't surprised because he's really a smart kid, but I was just a little thrown. I went one day, I took a nap. We were traveling somewhere across country as usual on the mission, and I woke up and he had this pulled up. And I'm
Hmm.
like, I'm reading. I called him into the room. I said, "Did you do this?" He's like, "Well, who else did it, Mom?" I said, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Seriously." So I think it will reach kids because once again, we don't want to bore kids. When parents ask me, and we do trainings, and I have one-on-one sessions with parents with behavior and different things like that. I say be as silly and clever as you can be. Don't overdo it and don't underdo it, because even with me sometimes I'll say a word that my son, that they use, the kids use, and he's like, Mom, stop.
Right.
so,
Right.
so I'm like, okay, well, I was just trying. He's like, Mom, that we don't even say it like that. They always correct you too, but that's not how we say it.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, so not that cool, guys. But as
Oh
cool as
gosh.
you can be without overdoing it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. I can't wait. Like, that's gonna look. Yeah, Kim is laughing because I'm sure she can relate with her kids too. Yeah. So I know I said some things to my
Definitely.
daughter. So like, that ain't it, Mom. That ain't it. I'm like, okay. I tried.
Yeah, they're quick.
Yeah.
They are quick to correct us. Boy, that's their chance to get back at us because we correct them, right?
Right. Exactly. So they'll get us, and like, your kids tell the truth, whether good, bad. So it's like, okay,
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
listen.
most certainly.
Most definitely. And we got to get into just your story, just growing up, because you just got into, being a teacher, just motivating people and, becoming a CEO and a therapist. Like, what inspired you to get into all of that?
Well, I was bullied, and I don't share my story enough because I focus on my son, but I was bullied. I was extremely overweight as a child, and then I was mixed. Okay.
Hmm.
So that
Yeah.
had, back when I was a kid, it was like a disease. Now
Same.
it's so much. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
And so, and then honestly, just being the only mixed girl, African American in a private school, I think we had maybe 4 African Americans in the school. So just all of those components were a recipe for a target. You
Yes.
see? And so I was just targeted. I mean, I've had some terrible bullying stories myself, my 8th grade graduation, just so many different
Hmm.
things. And I just went through all of these different stages, and I began to wear it. And then I go and I turned myself into myself. I greeted myself. I became a mom young and married young. And
Hmm.
I love being a mom, as I'm sure everybody can kind of feel that one out.
Yes.
But I sing, and so that my music gave me my confidence, and I got signed and I moved to California. I lost weight. I was modeling, like I just really began to bud. And this is why I want to tell
Mhm.
these babies, it's going to change, you guys. You're not going to have braces on for 40 years. It's just two
Right.
years, but you can't, yeah, you
Right.
can't see that. So I began to delve into writing my music and all of the things that I wanted to do. And then I began on my quest of education. Because I was a young mom, I had to put a lot of things on hold. So once I, turned 25, I had my daughter, my second child. I just said, you know what? I love learning. I love education. And I went all the way through to my master's, and I'm about to embark on my PhD. And I'm very excited, but it's been a long road. Single mom and single moms. Woo!
Yeah. We in the building.
Yes, it's not
Mhm.
easy.
Nope,
It's
it's
not
not.
easy. We get through it though. We grow through. We don't get through it. We're not victims. We grow through every process of that. And even in that, that in itself helped me become stronger. So,
Amen to that. Yeah, that's why people had to hear that, because I wanted them to, just be inspired by your story, because there could be,
thank
young
you.
people watching this, and just to, for them
Yes.
to just be motivated,
Yes.
like
And
it can
never
change.
stop. Never
Mhm.
stop.
Yeah.
Because we have these age, and even in developmental therapy, it's called ages and stages. And
Hmm.
adults do that as well. It's not just for children. And we swear that we're supposed to have accomplished all of these things by 20 and 30, and then it boots out life. Life happens between 15, 16, 17, 20, 30, and sometimes you're knocked off. Okay. And then you have to rebuild and reinvent yourself. But if you're stuck to a notion, oh, I can't do this at 40, I can't go. I went back to school at 25 with two kids. Listen, six dean's list classes. This is from a humble place, not from a
Right.
bragging place. Six
Right.
dean's list classes and four jobs and two babies. So if someone can do that,
Amen.
anyone can do that.
Amen. What kept you
Yeah.
motivated through all of that?
You know what? This is, a lot of people have different things that motivate them. And I have a speech called Inspiration Equals Motivation. Thank you.
Hmm.
Inspiration equals motivation. I truly feel a lot of people say, oh, I got to get motivated to lose weight. I got to get motivated to do this. No, you have to get inspired, because we all get motivated and we know we're all guilty, right? New Year's, everybody's going to go to the gym 8 days a week,
Yep.
and then we do it for 1 week and then
Yes.
that's it, because we're not backing the motivation by inspiration. So Corey, that's why I say he's my daily dose of inspiration. I get to hang around my inspiration. I just tell people,
Mhm.
find things that really inspire you. My inspiration was all of the naysayers, seriously,
Mhm.
all of the people who said, that's crazy to do that at that age. That's crazy. No, it's not. That's your fear. Don't put it in my body or in my mental. Don't do that, because I don't have that fear. I believe I can do anything I want to do. And I don't even care what anyone believes. I will do it and it will manifest. And I also, one thing I wanted to speak of, I don't usually speak of this. I feel very comfortable. I want to say that to
Say
you. You
it.
have a great energy.
Thank you, Queen. I'm
But
spreading it all. That's
you have a lovely energy and aura about you, seriously. But
thank
I
you,
want to
Queen.
tell people, you're welcome. I went through a terrible situation that literally put my health in the red zone. And so I suffered a severe injury where I could barely walk. I walked like 1,000 steps, a day. And after
Mhm.
this injury, and I had this businesses and I had real estate. I was at the top of my game financially, and smack, that's what I mean about life. It doesn't have an age, it doesn't have a
No.
stage. It will come and smack you real quick. So you have to have a head that can handle things and keep on moving. But I literally was like bedridden for 9 months. My family had to come out and help. It just terrible, terrible things. And I don't even use that word, but I want to paint the picture. It has been a
Yeah.
rocky road for 13 years. But I can say now 10,000, 20,000 steps. My point being is, when I get knocked down, some people, there's two types of people with motivation and being inspired. When I get knocked down, that stands me up bigger. A lot of people, when they get knocked down, they think the knockdown is where they're supposed to stop. And believe me, it's where you're supposed to stand and run. No matter what it seems like, no matter what it feels like, I was not going to sit in a bed and say, I'm not getting up again. Are you kidding me? No.
Oh,
I got up no matter how painful it was. I mean, grueling pain. I'm all natural, no meds, nothing. No matter how anything, all the situations. My homes, I don't normally share this. I had to sell them. When you don't
mm,
have good health, when people say, would you rather be a multi-millionaire or billionaire, or would you rather have 100% health? Choose the health, you guys, because I had a lot, and it did not do anything for me when I could not get out the bed. So you want your health so that you can keep on moving. But that, sis, was my inspiration. That was really my inspiration. That said, I laid there day after day, and I went through my little pity party in the beginning. Of course I
right.
did. I'm human. But after that party was over and the lights were turned out, I said, I'm not going to do this. I'm going back. My father said, how are you going to school in that bed? Are you kidding me? Oh, I did. There's online school, Dad. So, I really, really did turn once again my what seemed to be in the moment of time a frenzy of a life into something fulfilling. And this is why I love to speak to the babies and let them know, guys, it's just
Mhm.
a moment in time. Believe me, I know this bully is, it seems like the end of your world and your life, but it is just a moment in time. And if you speak up about it, and these children with this, the snitches get stitches, I always go to the
Yeah,
schools and tell them, please, let's get rid of that mentality and that clause. It rhymes, it's cool, but it's not cool, right? Because if you
right.
don't tell something, you can end up not alive, or someone else can end up not alive. And that's, nothing is more important than you living. So that is, an answer to your question. That is what kept me going. Obviously, as a mom, and all the moms here,
Mhm.
my children kept me going as well, right? Because when you're
Yes.
doing this and you're doing it by yourself at some points, then eventually I got married and then not. But when you're doing it by yourself, there is no skipping a beat in a house, a single mom household. There's no skipping a
Oh,
beat. We can't say, oh, no, we're going to do that next week. Nope. We have
oh,
to do it now. We're the doctor, the lawyer, the real estate agent, we're everything. And we don't get a chance to take them all off and say, never mind, because we got babies looking at us. So that is
yes.
another, thing that just kept me going and kept me going. So,
Wow. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, you're not just speaking to the babies, you're speaking to the adults in here because these
yes,
last 2 years for people been rough. I mean,
yes,
you know, I'm sure, people are feeling depressed. So when they hear motivating stories like this, hopefully it's going
yes.
to not motivate, inspire, like you said. I like that term, inspire.
Amen.
I love that. No,
Thank
they needed
you.
that. They needed that in their spirit. They
Yes, your
really
your
did.
inspiration keeps it. It keeps it going. Do you know what I mean? When our motivation drops off, that's why I like to say they work hand in hand. But if you're not inspired, the motivation is going to hang around for a little bit, but then you'll lose it because you need that kick. We all get to that place where, like, I'm not doing this anymore. I've been working out for 8 months. I only lost 4 pounds. I'm not doing this anymore. But then you have to say, oh, I have an event to go to. I got my sister's wedding in May. You have to give yourself something that inspires you to keep on moving through those pivotal points when the motivation is kind of dying down a little bit.
Amen. Amen. They need to hear that. And young ladies, please listen too, because I know there's a lot of young ladies that need to hear that. I mean, you deal with, I'm sure,
Amen.
teens all the time, and I'm sure you
Yes,
dealt with a lot of young ladies just going through it.
yes, yes. Keep on going, you guys. Keep on going.
Yes.
Definitely.
Right. You got to keep on moving. And then I did catch that you were a singer too. I caught that because see, normally on Activated, they're used to people, artists singing, but I wanted to, it's not just about music, I want to get
Yes.
everything out there, but you singing too. And then I thought maybe, did you and your son have music out too, or a song or something? Maybe I heard
Yes.
it wrong.
No, we do. We actually do. I wrote a song called About Love because writing is my safe haven. It's just everything to me. It's like going to the beach when I write something. It's how I get things out. But I wrote a song called About Love. And the song is about Corey, obviously, but it's universal. And it's just,
Mhm.
it's just saying that you're going to walk in love no matter what they say, no matter what they do. You're still, I know you're the apple of my eye, but it's to love yourself no matter what. Because when we love ourselves, we truly, honestly, the opinions of others. And this is what I say to people too. When people say, oh, I love myself, I do, I love self love. Okay, if you love yourself truly to the 100% factor, then nothing would bother you. Believe me, because when you're loving yourself on that level, that's really the God in you. You have reached
Mhm.
yourself. And it's everyday work. Honestly, it's everyday work. And I still work on some things even within myself, but I really have come to a place where if I have an idea and I want to put it out, I don't even ask anyone. I don't care about their opinions.
Mhm.
Because I know it's going to be something positive. Now, I'm not saying putting out negative things and doing that, but yeah, we did this wonderful song, and we shot a music video to it out in California. It was like all day long.
Mhm.
It was so much fun, and we will be releasing it. We want to target it around. We kind of threw it out just a little teaser, but we want to target it around to when the other two books come out, and so that we can just have an array of different things. But yes, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. See, you lucky it's not out now because I sure would have been playing that too, getting all your shine out there.
I should have sent it to you. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting this, and my teammate says that I should do that. I really, because, well, thank you, MJ, for all of these
Yeah.
interviews. I'm grateful to her. She is like on it, boy. But a lot of them are radio and DJs, and I'm like, okay, well, that should be something that should be added. But yes, I'm excited
Right.
about that song. And then he has his own song too that he just worked on, and he's
Yay.
working towards his first little album, and I'm just excited.
That's amazing. That is exciting.
Yeah.
That's why I want everything out there because like the sign says her story told. So you're doing incredible
Thank you.
things. So I really want people to tap in and just, be inspired and just know what you're doing. It's all about you getting your shine. You see, I hardly say anything. I just be sitting back, just letting you get
Yeah,
it
but
all
I
out
love
there.
it. I love it though. I really do. I love your style.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate it. It's humbling. That's what we do. That's how
Amen.
it goes down. And now more people,
Amen.
know about what you're doing, and now they know more about
Yeah.
this message, which is so important.
Yeah. Definitely. And this is here, honestly, to save lives. And I encourage people download it. Since I was a mom, I know about our budget sometimes. So I made it very, very affordable. It's $9.99. It's in both Apple and Android. And it records, it's patent, it's on its way to being patent. So we're excited about that. We went through the patent
Yeah.
pending phase. We're now into the patent phase. So there's so many different things, but it does record. I just want to let people know it records in real time what your baby is going through, what your person on the adult end is going through. And you have 5 people that will know right away. So if you're being kidnapped, if you're being raped, if anything's happening, there's a emergency bullying button, the EBB button that is voice activated. I thought about, hey, what if the phone is in the pocket? What if the phone falls? It dials 911 instantly. You can be allied to different therapists.
Hmm.
The what is the association for suicide, excuse me, that runs through our
Yes.
app. So if you're contemplating that, it breaks down the 7 types of bullying. It breaks down how to empower yourself. You can report through it, and not just the way, not incognito, because we're tired of incognito reporting. Like, we really need to know what's going on, but you get to see your babies and you get an alert right away, and you're saying, wow, I'm on my way. You can chat with your child and say, hey, mommy's here for you, daddy's here for you, I'm on my way. But the school is alerted instantly, and you're on school grounds, so they can get it tracks up to 10 minutes, so they can find exactly where the bullying is going on. I try to really redirect every excuse I got when I was doing my research. Teachers saying, I don't see this, and principals saying, hey, I'm running a school, I didn't know it was happening. Well, now, and I'm not even being funny, but I'm just tired of losing
Right.
babies. So now you have it, And now you have a curriculum that is going to do the mental part. The app does the physical part. The curriculum does the mental part. It's time to shift these kiddos into being empowered and shift the bully out of, because he really is crying for help, you guys. I have
Yes.
passion for him because we have to get to him more than the other components, because he's the one doing the behavior. We so focus on all of, yes, we have to treat them. He needs to be treated as well. And there's support for the parents in there. It takes you to our website, everything, workshops, like I said, trainings, school consulting, all of that. I have a private practice. I mean, you name it, we have it. Because it takes, not only it takes a village, but it really takes a village of information and tools. That doesn't just apply to people. It's tools. People need the right tools to build the right house. So that's what we're
Ooh,
offering.
amen. I think we all need that app, not even just for, I mean, everybody, because it's going to help, I think, everybody, because you were breaking down
Yeah,
situations that any of us, God forbid, can be in. So
yeah,
I think
absolutely.
everybody, everybody needs that app, and that's the
Absolutely.
website
Thank
there.
you. Yes, and we do have the adult app. It'll be in stores in a couple of weeks. It's called Stomp. It's in my little background over here.
Oh, I see that.
And you can go to stomp.world to read all about it. We have the commercial about that. It's awesome. Once again, it's going to combat corporate bullying and human trafficking, domestic violence, racial crimes. I mean, everything. Men being pulled over because they're African American. It's just a game changer. I don't even want to give all of the details because that one is not in the stores yet. But
Right.
the idea is patent uh, right now. So we're just
Wow.
excited.
I'm
Everyone.
excited. You know, I'm excited. Look, I'm gonna have the maps. I'll tell you that. For real.
Thank you.
For real. I'm telling y'all, everybody needs that. It's been spoken on activated. We're gonna activate that app literally. You know what I'm saying? And get it going. You know,
I love that.
let's
Activate
activate
the
that
app.
app.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We're gonna start hashtagging it. Activate the app.
That's a slogan, girl.
Oh shoot, I might have to drop them when I start sharing this video on IG. I'm gonna hit hashtag activate the app. There you go.
Yes,
Right. And just to let you know,
definitely.
if you don't know, like this is being streamed right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter,
Oh,
Twitch,
yay.
even my company website. So we're spreading it. I'm gonna get it on
Amen.
IGs. So we're just
Thank
gonna spread
you.
it. TikTok gonna get a piece of it too.
Yay. I appreciate it. I really do from my heart.
Oh no, no,
Thank you.
you're more than welcome. And I know you said you have a lot of people that's been also helping you as a team. Um,
Yes.
you want to shout out like any of the team members who have been
Yes,
active? Mm-hmm.
I do. I want to shout out Paige Wheeler. That is my right hand person. Our CTO, Tyrone Poole, former NFL great. He's a partner. Penny Toller, who obviously I know you guys know who Penny is in
Mm-hmm.
basketball. Amazing athlete, very good friend. Big supporter of this. She's also involved in our company. Rampage, we want to shout out
Mm-hmm.
Rampage from Flip Mode Squad because he definitely is a supporter of this. There's so many people. I feel like I'm getting a Grammy over here. But the
Right.
Lord has definitely blessed me with a wonderful group of people. I could not do this alone at all. And I don't even want to. I don't want to
No.
do it by myself. It's too much.
Right. Right. Having a support system, it's a beautiful thing. It is.
Yes, definitely.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And I got to hit you with the one last question. Everybody knows I do this one. It's deep because everybody has one. What legacy does Miss Tara Lynn Towns want to leave behind?
A legacy of knowledge, a legacy of safety, self awareness, and self love. Money
Mm-hmm.
comes, you guys, but having those things allows you to create whatever you want to do. I have a little slogan that we all have what we need inside, and it's just a matter of meeting and greeting the inside to create what we want on the outside. That's all.
I love it. I love it. It's a great, humble
Amen.
legacy. And, this already starts the legacy right here. This is an
Yes,
example.
amen.
You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? For real.
Yes.
And then how can people tap into you? I mean, I know I have it scrolling along here, but, just so,
Yes.
for the listeners.
Okay. So I'm on LinkedIn, excuse me, under Tara Lynn Towns. I'm on IG under TL Towns 8, Bullying Buddy. We also have a nonprofit, you guys. If you really want to, do something, even if it's just a small amount or donate time, it's not always about monetary compensation. Tiny Be Mighty, please go to the website. It's up and it's
Yeah.
available to help. tinybemighty.org is our website for our nonprofit. Support the book. The proceeds go back into the nonprofit anyway. So Tiny But Mighty. It's an awesome story about a little prince. And then I'm on Facebook under my name. We have the Bullying Buddy. We have TBB Enterprises. We have a
Look, you
lot of
got
different things.
everything.
So and bullyingbuddy.world. I can't even
Yeah.
think of all of them pages like bullyingbuddy.world.
Right, right. You got, look,
Thank you,
everything.
Paige.
No problem. I got you covered. I'm like, you just drop them
I
in.
see. You are so organized. Thank you for helping me. I'm like looking down.
No,
I'm like, yeah, bullying.
no, I got you. I got you. I got you. I know it's a lot. That
Thank
just means
you.
it's a testament to you. You're doing a lot. Big salute to your queen, to you, queen. You're just doing it.
Thank you.
I humbly
Back
respect
at
that.
you. Thank you. And back at you. And blessings to you and your family because this is, you're an entrepreneur as well, but to help people share the story is even this is what I mean about it takes a village. That's helping us as well. So salute right back at you. And once again, loved your energy because not every interview is the same.
Right,
So this
right.
one it was fun. It was fun. It felt like I was talking to my sister. So hey.
I love it. That's the vibe here on Activated. That's, it's just a
Yes,
vibe. It's a conversation. It's getting you your much deserved shine. That's what it's all
thank
about.
you.
Humbly, humbly.
Definitely.
And it's just such a pleasure having you on here. And shout
Likewise.
out to everybody who is tapped in, and shout out to the people who are going to
Yes.
watch the replays too. It's going to spread. It's going to
Yay.
spread. I'm
Amen.
apologizing ahead of time for the tags because I've got 3 Instagram pages that I'm about to be putting this on tonight. So I'm apologize ahead of time.
Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it.
No, the pleasure is on mine. Pleasure is on mine. So definitely, everybody, please tap into Miss Tara Lynn Towns. She's doing wonderful things. Everybody, activate the app. Like I said, we just started a
Yes,
hashtag.
definitely. I love that. I'm not even playing either.
Yep, I know. Look, I'm about to hashtag that. We got this, girl. Let's go. Activate the app on activated. There you go.
Definitely.
Oh man. So everybody, it was wonderful having you. I'm wishing everybody a wonderful night. This we have
Yes.
definitely got activated. Salute to you, Queen, and definitely
Thank
peace and
you.
love to everybody. And any
Yes.
and any closing things you want to say before we end the live.
Well, I just want to encourage people to, it's the last line in my book. And
Mhm.
it's do the things that make your heart sing and your soul dance. That's the
Ooh,
key to
amen.
happiness.
Amen. I'm with that, everybody. So beautiful people. This was a great, motivating conversation. Definitely, people watch the
Yeah.
replay. Share it, share it, share it. Tap in. Wishing
Yes.
you all a good night. It's been wonderful. Much love.
Thank you. Good night, love.